Welcome to the new episode of Cybercast, a cybersecurity podcast. In this episode, I have one of the biggest names in cybersecurity. He is an advisor to several law enforcement agencies and he have helped them investigating and cracking hundreds of cybercrime cases. He is tirelessly working towards a cyber Surakshit Bharat and he is also popularly known for his flagship program in coordination with Haryana Police that is known as Gurugram Police Cybersecurity Internship Program. I recommend every one of you to watch this podcast entirely as he has talked about cyber culture, cyber diet, and cyber hygiene and all the necessary steps one should take to become a cyber aware person. Dr. Tandon sir for you guys. Enjoy the podcast. So, Dr. Rakshit Tandon, sir, very good evening. Happy Independence Day to you.
Happy
And I
Independence Day. Thank you so much.
and at this point of time, I feel very blessed and very grateful to have you as the guest of the episode. Your name in cybersecurity is no less than a brand. In today's time, it's no less than a brand. You have grown to such an extent that everybody knows you. You don't accept it, but people call you the real Bachchan of cybersecurity.
कुछ नहीं है जी
But I started this podcast with one of your close friend, Santosh Khadsare sir. So I
हाँ
started
हाँ
this season. Yeah, I started this season with him. Without a doubt, it is a fact that behind this huge fame and huge success, there is years of hard work and dedication that you have put into your work. We all know your story from being a student in a computer training institute in Agra to becoming an instructor there and to establishing setting up Uttar Pradesh first cyber cell, right, sir? So even I have delivered many cyber security sessions. I have spoken to around 1,000 to 1,500 students before COVID. I was invited as a guest in schools and colleges, and almost everyone they used to put me questions. Do you know Rakshit Tandon, sir? Even I am in final year of my college, and I shared the news that I am in talks with Rakshit Tandon, sir, and he is my upcoming guest. The guy who I was talking to, he was shocked that are you really going to bring Rakshit Tandon sir on the episode? I'm his huge fan. So in cyber security, people are claiming you as their guru. So being a guru to thousands of students and guiding and mentoring several students, sir, what is your guru mantra? Being a guru, what is your guru mantra to staying consistent to this field?
so the guru mantra for any such work and profile is always passion and a feeling of contribution to giving back to the society. So I have been tirelessly working. There is no doubt, as you rightly said, this vision. When I got the first opportunity by Government of India to sensitize 2.5 lakh students in the year 2008, this is where my passion became more, you can say, more strong. When I got this opportunity, and I realized that there are so many people who are still not aware, and till date it is happening. Matlab, as we see the way the digital transformation has took place in our country, still there are a lot of people who are not aware. And then there are a lot of students who are so passionate and they are so dedicated to come into this field, but they don't get the right track. And that is how we visualized our cybersecurity internship program 10 years back. And now we have successful people like you who are taking the flag high, and you're so self motivated. And I always give the thanks to that platform, which is the Gurugram Police Cybersecurity Internship, which has created so many good people like you who are taking the flag high, and not only in promoting awareness but also contributing to the industry of cybersecurity in developing products and tools. So I think the main reason to whatever I'm not saying I have achieved. It's still a long way to go. Number one, that the people and the children love. They call me a guru or something, but I always call myself a 18, 19-year-old student in cybersecurity. And I always feel proud when I was, even this year when I was doing my internship, it was so much to learn from my own young interns. And I never feel any disrespect or any feeling of inferiority that my students are coming and teaching me. It always gives me a sense of pride. And I always say that also, even during my internship, that one should always have gratitude for knowledge. And once you have that gratitude towards knowledge, don't worry about the success and fame and money. Just don't go on the wrong direction. And I think that is what has been the Guru mantra for whatever we still are doing and will be doing in future. And I will always say that it is always a collective initiative. So even in films, when you see Amitabh Bachchan, you call him Amitabh Bachchan, but then there are thousands and hundreds of people behind the scene. So in my whole journey, there has been sacrifices from my own family members and my friends who have been always there to support me to come. And till date, as you were rightly said, you were trying to catch me for so long, and I was having such a hectic schedule back to back, from Dehradun to Telangana, from Telangana to Assam, then
Yes, sir.
Guwahati, Nepal.
And
So
I
yes,
was stalking you everywhere on LinkedIn, on
and he was
Instagram.
stalking
You
me.
were,
Yes, he
yes,
was stalking me. But I think yes, I will always give it to the passion and the dedication you should always have for your work. And I think that's all. I think it's all because of that.
last year's internship that was online. You just said that your mindset is to create cyber warriors, not just who are good and have skills in coding and hacking and vulnerability assessment, but you should have a mindset of giving back to society always, because you learn from the society. And I'm very happy to tell you that the last episode I did with Inderjeet Singh sir. He's also from military
Dr.
intelligence.
I know him. Hmm?
Yes, sir. And next
Very-
episode I am going to have with Pawan Dogal, sir. So,
Arre वाह, that's law expert. So Pawanji and Santoshji and Indrajit ji, these are all iconic people who have contributed a lot to this domain of cybersecurity. When I started in 2008, I remember getting associated with Pawan Duggal. Even in 2008, when we did the first Uttar Pradesh Police Conference on cybercrime and cyber law, and that was the time when we got connected through Pawan Duggal, and since then we have a long relationship. I've always been a part of his international conference, and we have worked together on so many things. And whenever there is any legal opinion thing like coming in mind, so these are the few names like Pavan Duggal, Karnika Seth, Vakul Sharma sir, where you reach out to. And in forensics, Santosh Khatsare sir is there always
yes, sir.
to help us and guide us.
And I really owe a lot to Santosh Khadsare sir, because in this it is a new season. I'm a newcomer, and I just messaged him on the LinkedIn, and he replied back immediately. He said, "Yes, I'm ready to go for the podcast. Just tell me the timing." So I owe a lot to him that I got a Kickstarter in this podcast. People are listening to this podcast. They are reacting to this podcast. They are sharing this just because I'm having good names and top notch professionals like you
I think
coming.
I think all of these people you got connected in the 2021 internship itself.
Correct,
So
sir,
I
very correct. Yeah.
that was the platform where you got to see. What I'm saying is that it was a kind of a realization in 2013 and 12 when the Haryana police called me, and the commissioner said that how can we take things forward, and that is where it was conceived. And since then it has become a flagship event now. And it's not an event of Gurugram Police or Rakshit Tandon or any XYZ. It is a collective initiative of these iconic people who have contributed to mentoring you guys. D3 is there, Mr. Oops is there, Santosh Khatsare sir is there, Pavan Duggal is there. Everybody has been a very important part of this initiative, and I think, and that is how we feel very proud. And that is when you connected with me, even I was so happy that okay, one of our interns have started an initiative, let us support. But this why it was so unfortunate because of so much of hectic programs going on back to back. First the internship was there, before that there was so, and then yes, cybercrime has also increased, and there is a lot of cases, and I've joined so many law enforcement agencies as advisory, so it becomes at times very difficult.
If we keep the technical part aside for a moment, cyber security should be considered as a habit that everyone should inculcate in themselves.
Culture, it should become as a culture, and until unless you don't make it a culture, you are not safe. So that is what we always say, that cyber safety and security should be as a culture and should not, it should be a part of your day-to-day life and ecosystem. It is not one subject or one session or one interaction.
Very true, sir. So, in the entire world, not only in India, in the entire world, there is a strong crisis of cyber awareness. Even if I talk about today, one of my cousin landed Delhi today morning in Kashmiri Gate. He just searched some service call on the Google, and he received a call, and then he became a victim of UPI fraud. 3,300
Oh,
rupees was swiped away from his bank account.
these hackers, they are swiping out money in minutes and seconds now. So till the time you reach out to the police or the cyber helpline, most probably the money is gone out. This Google thing which you are telling me is not only restricted to services now, but it is they have mapped each and every important day-to-day life activity on it. In last 2 days, I have received almost 2-3 calls where people have been frauded in Delhi for buying online liquor. Now, there were some restrictions to liquor shops in Delhi for a few days. So, the people who are desperate, they have been trying to reach out through Google to buy online liquor. And they have lost thousands and lakhs of rupees to these fraudsters. So, they call up, and then obviously, you know, the modus operandi, they will send you a link, they will send you a QR code, they will ask you to put the OTP, they will ask you to install some screen sharing application like TeamViewer, AnyDesk.
Yes.
So they will not any corner. They will not leave any corner of your device, and they will try to finish your bank account to zero. So it is for liquor. Then they started hacking into the mindset of our system that every person is not updating their electricity bills usually. So everybody is lagging behind with their electricity bills. So they targeted the electricity. So they started sending and pushing out messages that your electricity will be disconnected by 12 o'clock in the night. Your balance is due or blah blah blah. So click on this link or you call the number. And they cheated a lot of people on this.
One immediate step they should take after becoming a victim of such frauds?
So the immediate step is to the moment you realize that you are being cheated with the one amount, so first of all stop listening to them. So these people, they are so smart that they will say no no no, it is by mistake, we are refunding your amount. Let's try it again. So that should not happen. So the first, whether it's a small amount or a big amount, you have to stop at the first level. 1930 is one ecosystem what the police is trying to create. It's a national cybercrime reporting portal which is directly connected with banks and the nodal officers of the bank. So as soon as one transaction is flagged on 1930, we try to freeze the amount so that it doesn't goes out to the hacker. And the second thing which immediately has to be done is to debit freeze your account. So people usually they are not aware. वो लोग हिंदी में बोल देते हैं साहब मेरा कार्ड ब्लॉक कर दो, मेरा अकाउंट ब्लॉक कर दो। हम ये भूल जाते हैं कि आज के डिजिटल इकोसिस्टम देयर आर सो मेनी डोर्स टू योर बैंक अकाउंट। देयर आर यूपीआई, देयर आर वॉलेट्स, देयर आर एनईएफटी, आरटीजीएस, मोबाइल बैंकिंग, phone banking. So you have so many doors in your bank. So the immediate thing is to uh, debit freeze your bank account. That should be the first step, to call the bank and debit freeze your bank account and give all the transaction details to 1930, and they will immediately register your complaint and they will send you a link of cybercrime.gov.in, and on that you have to update your detail. तो उसमें थोड़ा सा लोगों को अब अवेयरनेस की जरूरत है कि हाउ टू फिल अप दैट वेबसाइट cybercrime.gov.in. उसमें कई सारी कैटेगरीज हैं and you fill it up. तो there have been cases where actually people have got their amount back. अगर पूरा नहीं भी मिला है तो एटलीस्ट 60, 70, 50% भी मिला है तो आपका कुछ तो लॉस कवर हुआ। क्योंकि कई बार हैकर्स को पता चल गया है, देखो जो हम सबको बता रहे हैं वो हैकर्स भी सुन रहे हैं, तो उन्हें पता है कि 1930 इज गोइंग टू ब्लॉक। सो जो पहले वो थोड़ा सा टाइम ले लेते थे ट्रांजेक्शन में, अब वो टाइम भी नहीं लेते हैं। इधर पैसा आया और दूसरे डिवाइस पे उनका दूसरा बंदा बैठा है उसको फूकने के लिए, ही इज रेडी टू कंज्यूम इट।
They
सो
have
द टाइम
already
गैप इज,
prepared their ecosystem.
so we are fighting with it, and government is, and I4C, especially Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center at the back end at MHA, They are doing a lot of initiatives of awareness, mass awareness. अगर आप साइबर दोस्त टेलीग्राम पे देखो, इंस्टाग्राम पे देखो, ट्विटर पे देखो, तो ये जो I4C ने एक साइबर दोस्त बनाया, उसमें हम हर भाषा में अवेयरनेस करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। बस ये चाहते ये हैं कि आज सोशल मीडिया पे वो कंटेंट भी वायरल हो। हमारे यहाँ हर तरह का कंटेंट वायरल हो जाता है, लेकिन जो इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ें
The
हैं, जैसे ये
necessity
वाला
ones.
स्टेप, anybody can be a victim. It is not that it is only targeting children or teenagers. Like you just mentioned, your friend, your uncle, they became a victim. So ऐसा नहीं है कि they are not educated. They are educated, but they were not knowing about these modus operandi. तो अगर हम लोग ये अच्छी चीजें वायरल करें, तो हो सकता है कि हम कुछ हद तक इन हैकर्स को टारगेट कर सकते हैं और इनके शिकार ना हो, विक्टिम्स ना
Very,
बने।
very true, sir. Even if I talk about my parents, my mother and father, they do not come from a technical background. They have a simple, educational background. But I
हम्म,
feel proud that they are aware of every cyber etiquettes, because even if you call, you sound professional, you sound like legitimate bank and legitimate electricity
they
board.
will,
My mother will not share her OTP with you. My mother will not share her UPI pin with you. And same my father.
yeah, that is what we have always thought of. So if you have seen my profile, you would see at one end if I'm interacting with judiciary, police, and all. At the second, I'm interacting with children, and the number is going up day by day. It started in a journey in 2008, and now I think I've touched more than 5.2 million kids. And why kids? Because they, when they go home, they are the educators to their parents, to their grandparents. So it spreads like wildfire. I mean, recently we just had a grand finale of a cyber council, which we had in done with Telangana police. So we started a new concept with there. We called it a cyber council, where we selected two students and one teacher from 1350 schools of Andhra Pradesh, and we trained them for 10 months. And now they are brand ambassadors. They are going back in their school and they are teaching. And now they are doing Nukkar Natak. They are like motivated like you. So it was a kind of a mini cyber internship program, but with school children, and it was supported by the state education board. And if you are aware of, then now this internship program is being started by Chandigarh police and other states, and it is going very well. So this is where we are creating ambassadors. And now, as confidently you said ki now your parents are so, they, though being not so tech savvy, they are so smart that nobody can take them for a ride. I think it is because you have educated them with cyber etiquettes, and that is what I expect from your podcast and from our initiatives and from our internships, that these ambassadors are going back and giving back to the society. And the day will come that we can proudly say that we are a cyber surakshit Bharat. No hacker can take us for a ride, whether he's giving us a lottery or whether he's giving me a free Mahindra XUV or he's giving me a free iPhone or he's saying that I'm selling some stuff on OLX, you just scan the QR code. He will not be able to take us for a ride. And I think that is the day is going to come very soon with the level of awareness we people and you people are spreading.
Yes, sir. Definitely, I hope for that. Cyber Surakshit Bharat and cyber aware Bharat. Now, sir, since I said that from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, you have trained almost all the law enforcement agencies, from state police to central agencies. You have came across many. You must have came across many cases. You must have helped investigation agencies tracking many cases and helping victims. So, talking about the woke culture, I am not a right wing, I'm not a left wing. Woke culture, that the youth using social media, they are going extremely against the anti national. I'm not talking about anti party, any political party, but they are, going anti India. So, what is that woke culture, taking our country towards? How the youth are indulging themselves? What are your thoughts on the woke culture that youths are going to in India?
You already answered the question in your own words that the consumption of digital diet, what our young people are doing, is affecting their mindset. They are being online groomed, and there are anti-national actors who are exploiting this social media platform to the extent that they are bombarding their hashtags and Twitter handles. They are creating poisonous algorithms which are only showing and pushing negative content to our young minds. It is basically like if you do anything as a practice. Suppose from class 5th, you have been dribbling a football. So today, when you are in your college, you will create magic in dribbling. You will take the ball on your head, you will take it on the back, because you started practicing it when you are in grade 5. So this is what technology does to your mind. So suppose if I am, and you will agree to it, that yeah, young people, they are getting addicted. Our kids are getting addicted to playing game, and you must have seen some recent cases where children have spent 10 lakh, 36 lakh rupees only playing PUBG and Free Fire. Yes, so the addiction of technology and on negative grooming is the reason behind this going. So we have to rebuild our cyber resilience. We have to create good digital diet. We have to fight against these negative algorithms and these fake accounts and Twitter handles which try to create hashtags and try to viral them, so that, and I'm just giving you a typical example. Forget internet, forget Twitter. I was driving on the road a cycle, and on a corner of a bridge, I saw 100 people looking at the right side of the corner of the bridge. I will stop and I will also look at the right corner. What has happened? So that is a human instinct and curiosity. जहां भीड़ होती है वहां सब के सब चल देते हैं. तो ये आपको वो बचपन में कहानी याद होगी, पाइप पाइपर हेमलिन वाली, कि वो पाइप पाइपर सब बच्चों को ले गया अपने साथ, बजाते 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 वो कहाँ ले गया. तो आज ये सोशल मीडिया वो बनने की कोशिश कर रहा है. तो आज हम लोगों का, आप जैसे लोगों का ये फर्ज है, इट इज आवर फर्ज टू create positive and good digital content so that we can keep away from them. And also we have to fight these negative algorithms. Just to give you an example, not naming any party or anything, there was a recent episode where we had to shut down internet in following states, and that was an anti-national campaign which ran. And when the investigators investigated those handles, we found that more than 65,000 handles were originating from the neighboring countries. They were not even from India, and they were trying to talk about our issues. सो दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस. सो ये ट्रेंड बनाना, हैशटैग बनाना, और उसके बाद वो ग्रूम, दैट इज द राइट वर्ड, ऑनलाइन ग्रूमिंग. या अगर मैं बहुत एक्सट्रीम में चला जाऊं तो मैं उसको नाम दे दूंगा रेडिकलाइजेशन. बिल्कुल तुम्हारा दिमाग ही रेडिकलाइज कर दिया कि हाँ हाँ हम तो वो हो गए बिल्कुल. तो आई थिंक वी ऑल, इट इज नॉट वी ऑल कैन फाइट इट, but the only thing is we need more and more positive and good digital content creators so that they can clean this mess on internet which is really affecting the young minds. And what I feel is there is a lot of potential in our youth, because I've been addressing so many young kids. I've seen brilliant brains. The only thing lacking is mentoring and the getting them facilitate so that they can get into the right channel. तो आज हम लोगों को मेंटोरशिप की जरूरत है इन बच्चों को, सो दैट आज यू विल फाइंड अ लॉट ऑफ यंग पीपल हु क्लेम टू बी एथिकल हैकर्स एंड दे कैन डू वंडर्स. सो देयर इज अ वेरी थिन लाइन, या तो वो क्राइम कर देंगे और या वो कुछ अच्छा कर देंगे. तो हमें उनको अच्छे की तरफ ले जाना है. तो वी हैव टू फेलिसिटेट देम सो दैट कि वो आगे काम ढंग से कर सके.
Very true. So even I came across a few Instagram ads where a self-proclaimed ethical hacker was selling an hacking course for 400 rupees, and in that ad he was
This is wrong.
showing that I am hacking Telegram, I am hacking, I'm getting
This
into
is
some
wrong. This is
squad.
फंसेंगे फंसेंगे, वो पकड़े जाते हैं, कितने पकड़े जाते हैं. तो ये नहीं, गलत गलत चीजों में नहीं जाना चाहिए. जो नेगेटिविटी आ रही है ना, वही मैंने कहा, वी हैव टू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू पॉजिटिविटी. वी कांट ब्लेम दीज इंटरमीडियरीज एंड सोशल मीडिया ऑलवेज. कंटेंट तो हम ही क्रिएट कर रहे हैं ना, यूट्यूब पे कंटेंट हम ही लोग डाल रहे हैं. तो अभी एक बच्चे ने हमसे पूछ लिया, हम आईटी एक्ट की बात कर रहे थे, वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट डिजिटल हाइजीन एंड साइबर नेटिकेट्स. So one very young kid of 6th grade asked me a question, naming one YouTube channel, saying that, sir, he is publishing so many videos with obscene content and gali and all that. Why are you not taking action on them? Why are you saying that we cannot use bad words on internet? So I was quite, I said, what should I say to him? And it is true, actually it is true. In the name of freedom of internet and freedom of speech, the kind of content people are publishing at times, it is really ridiculous. And
Embarrassing.
children are consuming it, and then they create opinion ki, "Arey yaar, this is very cool." They think that this is cool. You see, even on Instagram, when there are some violent pictures and all, you don't see them. You get an icon saying that this content is not appropriate. So, but yes, age. तुम एज रेटिंग की बात करते हो प्ले स्टोर पे आज भी लिखा हुआ है कॉल ऑफ ड्यूटी इज 16 प्लस इट्स अ 16 प्लस गेम और अभी परसों तरसों आई वाज टॉकिंग टू अ स्कूल एंड आई वाज टॉकिंग टू 6th graders and 7th graders they are 11 and 12 years old and everybody was playing call of duty now tell me what should I do it is clearly written on Play Store and App Store that this Call of Duty is a 16 plus rated game. तो वही मैंने बात कही इसमें ना बहुत सारे स्टेक होल्डर्स की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है
करेक्ट।
आज हम कोविड टाइम में क्या हुआ कि भाई एक बच्चों को ना अनडिसिप्लिन्ड इंटरनेट मिल गया उनको लगा अब तो भाई फ्री हो गया इंटरनेट क्लासेस भी ऑनलाइन सब कुछ ऑनलाइन तो उसमें इन बातों पे ध्यान ही नहीं गया कि बच्चे क्या कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं और उसका उनकी मेंटल हेल्थ पे क्या असर हो रहा है
Mindset of that child gets driven into, fighting with someone, getting into arguments with someone. So that is the mindset they are getting into.
we all know what has happened in US and in US schools, right?
Correct.
Shooting incidences and all. So something very scary happened recently in Lucknow where a 15-16-year-old child, when he was denied to play PUBG, he shot her mother dead. He shot her mother dead. So really, we don't want to get into these things, but yes, there is a very need of the hour to discipline our kids with cyber hygiene and etiquettes. We also have to bring responsibility to these gaming platforms and applications at what till what extent the children can play and till what extent it is affecting their mind. It should be a multi-stake responsibility of every content provider that hey, listen, your consumers are children. So when they are children, you have to be very careful with what you are pushing, what kind of ads you are showing, what kind of engagement you are doing. So we have to really bring this responsibility on everybody. Not only we can blame the mother or the father or the mobile or something like that. Internet is amazing and it will always remain amazing.
Everyone talks about UPI fraud, phishing calls, and such, common cyber crimes. But there are certain unheard cyber crimes like revenge pornography, online grooming, sextortion. So I would request you to put some light on such type of crimes, because these are the crimes that are also on the rise, but it is still unheard. People still don't know what are the modus operandi and how can one stay safe. We can find many boys and girls of age 14, 15 and 16, basically pre-teenagers and teenagers. They are getting into online relationship. They are not even meeting the other person and they are getting into relationship. They are getting emotionally attached, and after a certain period of time, some of their obscene content gets viral. They get threatened from the
Oh.
other person. They ask for money and the family gets broken. The boy or the girl gets broken. So what are your insights on such type of crimes?
So it is on the rise. It is not that it is people have not heard of. If you go to schools and colleges, you will find this is a very common problem of revenge porn. And you rightly said that kids they get online, they get into relationship online, and they try to create everything digital. And this is called sexting. They generate a lot of self-generated inappropriate content. They share with their partners, but they forget that a phone can be hacked, data can be breached, and even your own friend can go rogue and if he goes bad or if he have a bad relationship or something or a poisonous relationship then these things ought to come out and once anything comes in the digital platform it cannot be deleted there is no permanent deletion word on internet so it is very important to educate our children with the concept of digital footprints one should know what is good and bad digital footprints where is the line where to stop and yes, there has been a tremendous scaling increase in this abusive content online, especially with children. We call it CSAM, and there are reports from Internet Watch Foundation, UNICEF, which says that a lot of children have been attacked with self-generated content, and it is going to young teenagers as well, and even adults. तो इसी का फायदा उठाते हुए एक नया एमओ आया साइबर क्राइम का जो उस समय बड़ा स्कैरी चल रहा है or these hackers what they did they started making friends online with boys and after that they started doing a nude video call and then they did the screen recording and then they have started using these malwares to steal your contact book or to download your and they use these scrappers they download your contacts from Instagram and Facebook and then they blackmail you that you pay money, otherwise your video will go viral. So now randomly what happens is that anybody gives you a video call, आप ऐसे उठा लेते हो उसको बिल्कुल सामने फोन रख के. अब उसी में दो हिस्से बन जाते हैं. ऊपर वहां एक इनअप्रोप्रिएट वीडियो चल रहा है और नीचे आपका चेहरा है. वो पूरा रिकॉर्ड कर लेते हैं एंड देन दे स्टार्ट एक्सटॉर्शन. इस तरह के बहुत केसेस आए हैं. प्लस बच्चों में मैंने देखा कि दे हैव, आई डोंट नो हाउ दे हैव बीन पॉइजन्ड, बट दे हैव आल्सो गॉन इनटू द हैबिट ऑफ टॉकिंग विद स्ट्रेंजर्स. और वो उसको कहते हैं कि हमें बड़ा किक मिलता है इसमें. तो वो बड़ा
Correctly, sir.
स्कैरी है. हम इस स्टेज में आके बीइंग अ साइबर गाय, बीइंग विद द पुलिस, हमें डर लगता है. और हम जब उन बच्चों के एडवेंचर को देखते हैं तो हम खुद घबरा जाते हैं कि भाई देखो इन्हें डर भी नहीं है किसी बात का. लेकिन हाँ,
Mainly,
ये बच्चों को सिखाना जरूरी है कि ये डिजिटल फुटप्रिंट्स मिटते नहीं है, ये वीडियो कॉल्स मिटते नहीं है. रिलेशनशिप में एक लाइन होनी चाहिए. और रोज इससे केसेस आ रहे हैं यशस्वी, जिसमें बच्चे बेचारे फिर मेंटली बहुत डिप्रेशन में चले जाते हैं जब उनकी पर्सनल इंटीमेट पिक्चर्स वायरल होने लगती है. ना कि सिर्फ उनको असर पड़ता है, उनकी पूरी फैमिली को असर पड़ता है. और हमने देखा है हिंदुस्तान में कि बच्चों ने और महिलाओं ने और बच्चियों ने कभी-कभी ड्रास्टिक स्टेप्स ले लिए हैं. और ये जो मैं एमओ बता रहा था, न्यूड कॉल वाला, इसमें यंग स्टूडेंट्स को टारगेट किया गया है. जो बच्चा, एंड देन यू नो व्हाट, दे गो टू डेटिंग साइट्स. अब वो पहचान ही नहीं पाते हैं कि ये डेटिंग साइट पे जेन्युइन डेट है या ये भी वही फ्रॉडस्टर है. तो एक बेसिक नेटिकेट है कि अगर मैं आज पहली बार आपसे मिल रहा हूँ, पहली बार आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, देन हाउ कैन आई एंटर अ वीडियो कॉल विद यू. मतलब
very true.
वीडियो कॉल करने का मतलब ये हो गया कि आप उसे अपने घर बुला लाए. आपने ऑफलाइन रिलेशनशिप में भी पहले दिन अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड से मिले होगे तो कभी उसे घर नहीं लाए होगे भाई. फर्स्ट डे कौन लेके आता है घर? तो अगर आप उसी रियल वर्ल्ड को वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड से सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दो, तो आज ऑनलाइन किसी ने मुझसे हाय हेलो का, उसकी आईडी थी क्यूट गर्ल 16, और 2 मिनट हाय हेलो करने के बाद बोली आओ वीडियो कॉल पे आ जाओ. मैंने कहा भाई नमस्ते, मुझे कोई वीडियो कॉल नहीं करना आपके साथ. तो ये बच्चों को नहीं समझ में आता है. वो उस समय उस ऑ में होते हैं, दे आर इन द
Yes,
ऑ.
sir.
उनको बड़ा कूल फील होता है, वाओ आई एम हैविंग टू गर्लफ्रेंड्स, ओ माय गॉड. तो ये भी एक प्रॉब्लम है. बॉडी शेमिंग एक प्रॉब्लम है. इसके रिलेटेड ये सारे केसेस जो हैं वो बढ़ रहे हैं. प्राइवेसी ब्रीच. अब एक आजकल नया मेरे पास केस आना शुरू हुआ है. द हैकर्स आर टारगेटिंग योर क्लाउड, and
Correct.
everybody's cloud is full of some personal content. I don't think there'll be any person in the country who will have no personal content on his Google Cloud or iPhone photos,
Sir,
iCloud
in,
photos. तो अब इन हैकर्स ने क्लाउड को टैग कर रहे हैं ये लोग.
your entire WhatsApp is on Google Drive, and once your cloud
Right?
is gone, your
Right?
photos, your mail, your calendar, your passwords, everything is gone, sir. So
Everything is gone.
cloud is,
So
at very risk. Mhm.
you will always have a multi-factor authentication on all your accounts. You cannot, you should have a zero trust policy to your cloud, to your Gmail, to your devices, to your iPhone, to your Facebook, to your Twitter. एंड ये डिजिटल फुटप्रिंट्स बच्चों को पता होने जरूरी है और उनको वो लाइन क्रॉस नहीं करनी चाहिए.
In the beginning, they find it a kind of fun. They give dare to each other that I am in a relationship with a guy whom I have never met. I dare you cannot hold such a online dating relationship. And but after some time when the breakup happens, they get broken. So these are the things that people are facing, and to get out of it, the first thing, as you said, is digital, proper
Never
cyber hygiene.
never bring your relationships online, especially the content. Never create content online. Why the need? You have a personal moment with your friend. Why the need is there to record it and do a live telecast or something of that? Keep it personal, keep private. People should understand the meaning of privacy now. High time. You don't take a bath on the road. You always take a bath in your bathroom, which is locked. So one should know what privacy is.
How do you see Indian cyber laws? How strict is India cyber laws compared to other countries? And even if we talk about India, the type of
Hmm.
crimes we are dealing with.
So we need, yeah, definitely we need a change now. We need amendments. Though there have been many new rules added to the IT laws. Recently in 21, there was one intermediary and OTT rule which was added. Coming to the punishments, I think yes, it is high time we need a strong amendment. We need strong deterrent. Like in all the other sections, an IT Act is a special act. So it was created in 2000 and done major amendments in 2008. So now after 2008, it has been a long time, and India has digitally transformed magically. So, right from your financial transactions to your banking to your household groceries, everything is online. So, in that scenario, looking at the rise in cybercrime, yes, there is a need of the hour. And as recently there were 81 or 85 amendments in the data privacy law, so it has been taken back. So now we have been promised that very soon there will be a new law coming out. So yes, we need strong punishments. We need to cover the domain to gambling, online gambling. We need to cover the domain of some regulations on gaming. We need to cover data breaches, which is becoming a serious concern. We need to talk about crypto crimes. We need to talk. We have to think about that very soon we will be entering the metaverse. So things will change. So yes, there is a change required. But if I say the law in as of now, yes, we do have good rules which have been added, and they are assisting. They are in the line with the current cybercrimes. Judiciary is coming up. The number of certified forensic labs are coming up. So yes, a lot of work is happening.
And Indian government is also taking very much awareness campaign into action for people of India.
Yes, 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 yes.
Because
And even
I
banks and all, they have now started realizing it.
yes, I was going through the website of certain and I found that there are yearly manuals on cyber safety.
Yeah, always there. Not only this, there is a website called Cyber Swachh Kendra. If you look at CSK, they will always alert you of the latest malwares and everything. It's a wonderful tool. cyberswachhkendra.gov.in. So they keep on alerting you about the latest spywares and malwares. Even NCIIPC is doing a great job by engaging young hackers with them. That is the National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center, Government of India. And a lot of students have got Hall of Fame in it.
Yes, so I am still trying to get my name published under
You
NCIIPC.
will get it. Don't worry, all the best. You will get it.
I had a very wonderful session with you, and this is like my dream
Yeah.
coming true. You are really an inspiration
Mm.
to not only me but many of us. What is that one thing that you would like to tell to the cyber criminals or the people having such mindsets?
वो तो बचपन से सुनते आ रहे हैं, कानून के हाथ बहुत लंबे होते हैं। तो जो भी हो, देर हो, कब कुछ भी हो, लेकिन बी केयरफुल। And the way the cybercrime cells are growing, the way our police is getting skilled, I personally, being a faculty to BPRND, I could see there is a national cybercrime training center being launched by Government of India for every police officer. So तुम लोग बच के रहो, तुम ये कब तक चला लोगे? और फिर एक बार कानून के शिकंजे में आ गए तो फिर सब खराब हो जाता है। तो इट्स बेटर कि इसे छोड़ो और इसी दिमाग को पॉजिटिव उसमें घुसाओ, तो देश पता नहीं कहाँ से कहाँ जाएगा। और ये मैं बता दूँ कि साहब, साइबर सुरक्षा में सैलरीज़ भी बहुत अच्छी हैं, ऐसी बात नहीं है। डोंट वरी, यू विल गेट गुड अमाउंट ऑफ मनी। जो तुम इतना फ्रॉड करके कमा रहे हो, और उसकी लाइफ बड़ी कम होती है फ्रॉड किए हुए पैसे की। अगर वो तुम इज़्ज़त से कमाओगे तो पता नहीं कहाँ से कहाँ जाओगे।
Very true, sir. And your shelf is a proof of that.
They uh, they are just an inspiration. They are an inspiration, and they are a reminder that, hey, listen, there is more work to be done. So
Correct,
this is
sir.
not enough. So this is all your blessings, and the blessings of so many people and my elders and my parents. So thank you so much. It was a nice chat with you. God bless you. Doing a great job, and
Thank
we'll
you
catch
so
up
much, sir.
together again sometime. All the
Sure,
best.
sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am looking forward to see you again, sir. Thank you. You have a very good time ahead, sir.
Namaskar. Jai Hind. Thank you. Jai Hind. Thank you very much.